Hey everyone, Jeff McErlain here, and today I want to talk about incorporating major triads into your soloing. Mainly what I was doing in that solo was alternating between G major and F major triads. And it gets a really great sound. So if I just kind of play this G chord, I'm going to play this F major triad, but put the G in the bass. We get this really nice sound of what we call a flat 7 major triad, resolving up the whole step to the G major triad of the root. So the overall sound of the jam is G and G7. It's a really cool sound to incorporate into your playing. So let's have that sound over the track. I'm just going to play F major in my root position and move up a half step and go down and play G major. Let's hear that over the track. So that's pretty cool. You can hear that sound, right? So how about we go to the next inversion of F major to G major. So I'm just going F, G, F, G. What am I going to do after that, right? F, G. So F, go down the G, up the F. That's going to be A, C, and F. Move up a whole step and go down a G major triad, which is going to be G, D, and B. So let's hear that. 3, 4. You may say, I don't know my triad inversions. So if you look at your chord shapes, I'm just going to play F to G. There you go. And there's my F in the first inversion to my G in the first inversion. My C form bar chords. And the next one I'm going to play is from these A form bar chords. We're going to have my F in the second inversion to my G in the second inversion. So all I'm seeing is that, and I'm going to separate the notes. Let's put them together. So let's hear that. And again. And again. One more time. Now if you try to play that lick quickly, it's a little tricky because of the picking. So I'm going to economy pick it. So I'm going to go down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, up, up. So you get this nice da-ba-da-ba-ba-da, this kind of motion like the sweeping picking. Hence the name sweep picking. Because you try to alternate pick that. Kind of do it, it's actually much easier if you economy pick it. Much easier. If you're not used to it, it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's well worth the effort. So what I'm doing here in the jazz term for this is using triad pairs. So I'm using 2 diatonic chords, meaning 2 chords from the key that I'm in, and I'm superimposing them over the 1 chord that I'm playing over. So there are 2 chords that are within the key, but we're going to use them over just the G7 chord. This can be seen as modal playing, and if you listen to songs like So What by Miles Davis or All Blues, these are the period of the modal jazz beginning of Miles Davis, you hear a lot of this in his playing. This is stuff that guys like Larry Carlton and Robin Ford use all the time, but the sound of moving 2 triads from the key around over 1 chord vamp is a bit more jazzy. You can hear Peter Frampton do these kind of things on those longer jams on like Do You Feel Like We Do? It's this kind of next level of playing that really adds some great interest. Jeff Beck's Freeway Jam, Jeff Beck does this stuff all the time. But the places where I really first heard it was someone like Larry Carlton and Robin Ford, putting these sounds over a 1 chord vamp. Then I realized where those guys got it from were Miles Davis and the innovators of jazz. If you're saying to yourself, man, I'd really like to learn more about this and dig deeper into triads, and you don't really know them very well, I've just put out a course called Soloing with Major Triads, where I talk about this in detail with examples, tabs, notation, background tracks, a step-by-step way to break down soloing with major triads. So I think you'd really like it if you're enjoying this video. So you can check that out at the link above or the link below. Also, you can check out my free backing tracks that I have available at the links below, 16 blues tracks and 16 rock tracks, something like that, a whole bunch of free tracks. You just go over to the link below, over to JM Guitar Lessons, check it out. Also, please like and subscribe if you like this video. That helps out quite a bit. Now, of course, I don't want to play every single time. I've given you that as a very effective and cool lick, but one that helps you just get some of your technique together. But the idea is that I can use any of the notes of the F major triad and any of the notes of the G major triad and alternate between them to come up with some really cool sounds. So if we take something sort of simple, so I'm using the notes on the D and the G string. So I'm seeing that from my F major triad to G major triad. Let's hear that. Separate them. Now I can do the same thing on the next two strings, right? 3, 4. So now you're starting to see the power of these triad pairs. They sound amazing. They don't sound like you're playing scales. They're really not based upon any kind of blues licks or anything like that. So what's cool is you can start to add those into things like your blues licks. So I'm going to play a little bit of G major pentatonic, G bluesy stuff. I'm going to throw in the triad pairs. So as you can see, this is a really powerful tool to have in your arsenal, right? These triad pairs. And this one is really common. You can use it over any jam band sort of situation. Anytime you're playing a G mixed Lydian vamp, you can play G major and F major triads. So the formula for this is you can play the 1 major triad and the flat 7. So if I'm in the key of C, that would be C major to B flat major. So the same sound. So really, really important. You can hear Jerry Garcia does these things quite a bit as well. So when you listen to the Grateful Dead, you can hear the same sort of sound. If you enjoyed the video, please check out my course called Soloing with Major Triads. It's available for a special price using the link above or the link below. It helps me out, helps out the channel. I think you're going to get some really good, helpful, useful information. So until the next time, thanks so much, and I'm Jeff McErlain.